Inserting tables and images. If the only thing you put on your pages was plain text, the pages may look plain and unappealing. For that reason, you can do things like adding tables, lists, and even inserting pictures and clippings to dress it up, explain research, or any number of things. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to insert tables into your notes and then format them. We'll talk about how to insert images in the next lesson. Before we identify the different parts of a table, let's go ahead and insert one into our notebook. To do this, position your cursor at the point in the notebook where you want to put the table. Don't worry if it's not exactly right, you can always move or manipulate it later. You'll find the tables under the Insert tab in the Tables group on the left here. If you click the button, you'll see a bunch of boxes. The easiest way to insert a table is to drag your mouse over the rows and columns until you have the amount that you want. As you can see, we've dragged the mouse to make a table that has 5 rows and 6 columns. To insert this table, just click the mouse. The table now appears in the notebook. We've now got a table, so let's identify the parts of this table. Each box that you see in the table is called a cell. There are 30 cells in this table here. The rows go from top to bottom. There are 5 rows. The rows go horizontally across the screen. Columns go from left to right. There are 6 columns, and the columns are vertical. So now we've identified the parts of a table, let's have a look at another way which we can add them. Once again, we're going to move the cursor to the point in the document where we want the table to appear. Now go back to the Insert tab, click the Table button, and select Insert Table instead of dragging your mouse over the boxes, which represent the cells as we've just learnt. A dialog box will be displayed. It asks you for the number of columns and the number of rows. From here you can type in those numbers. In this example, there's going to be 3 columns and 2 rows. Click OK. The table has now been inserted with 3 columns and 2 rows. Once you have your table created, you can start to specify your formatting preferences, including how to position text within a cell. You can choose whether to center text within a cell, or whether to align it right or left, or toward the top or the bottom. Go to the Alignment group under the Table Tools layout, which is this section up the top here. Whenever you select a table, you'll see this new tab appear in the ribbon. Using these buttons here, you can adjust how you want the text to appear within the cell. You can format the text position for just one cell, for multiple cells by selecting the cells first, or the entire table by selecting the table. Whenever you create or select a table, the Table Tools Layout tab will appear in the ribbon. It allows you to easily apply table styles, borders, and shading attributes and more. These are some of the examples of the different things you can do to tables. Let's look at the Format group under the Table Tools Layout tab. As you can see, there are 2 buttons in this group, Hide Borders and Shading. If you click the Hide Borders button, the borders of your table will be hidden, as shown. The table is still there, you just can't see the borders. If you want to unhide the borders, just click the button again. The Shading button allows you to add shading or colour to the cells in your table. You can apply the shading to a single cell by clicking the mouse in that cell and clicking on the Shading button. The Shading button allows you to add shading or colour to the cells in your table. You can apply shading to a single cell by clicking the mouse in that cell and then clicking the Shading button. Or you can select multiple cells by clicking in the first cell and then dragging to multiple cells. The Shading button has a drop-down menu that shows you the various colours of shading that you can apply. Click More Colours at the bottom of the drop-down menu. As you can see, there are more standard colours you can choose. However, these colours are all dark. If you want to add text to a table, the colours would make it hard to see the text. Let's fix that. Click on the Custom tab. Under the Custom tab, you can create some custom colours. To lighten an existing colour, use the slider on the right. At the bottom right side of the window, you can see the current colour as well as the new colour we created by moving the slider. Click OK when you're finished. Shading now appears in the table. Selecting cells, rows and columns in OneNote 2013 is easy. To select a cell, click within the cell so the mouse cursor is blinking. Go to the Table Tools Layout tab, then inside the Select group. Click within the table to make the table active. If you want to select all the cells in the table, click the Select Table button. If you want to select a column, click within a cell so the cursor appears in the column that you want to select, just like this. and then click the Select Columns button. To select a row, click within a cell in the row that you want to select, and then click on the Select Rows button. To select a cell, click within the cell you want to select, and then click the Select Cell button. To add rows or columns to a table, go to the Insert group under the Table Tools Layout tab. To insert a row, first select an existing row in your table. Click the Insert Above button to insert a row above the row you selected, or click Insert Below to insert a row beneath the selected row. To insert a column, select a column in your table and then choose if you want to insert a new column to the left or the right by clicking on either the Insert Left or Insert Right button. To delete a cell, row or column, simply select it, navigate to the Table Tools Layout tab, go to the Delete group, and select if you want to delete the table, or rows, or columns.